Hey everyone, welcome to Virtue Healthcare. Today I'll be taking you through an advanced stability ball strength workout. So all you'll need is a ball and a wall, so let's get started.
Let's start by warming up with some up downs. Grab your ball in both hands, feet shoulder width apart, and ball up and ball down. On the way down, sitting your sit bones back, putting your weight into your heels and midfoot. On the way up, engage your shoulders, stabilizing them down into your core, and bring some slight abdominal tension. Inhaling on the way down, and exhaling on the way up. Be fluid with your movements, warming things up for the work to come. Now we'll get into some ball chops, chopping from left to right, low to high, sitting into your left heel, loading your left hip on the way down, turning and pressing out of your left toe on the way up. Keep your shoulders engaged into your core throughout this rotation, especially in your reach. Breathing in on the way down and out on the way up. Switching sides. Now we'll be chopping from right to left, low to high. All the same cues apply. Loading your right hip, sitting into your right heel, turning your left knee inward on the way down, rotating your thoracic spine to the left on the way up. Keep your shoulders engaged. Think about how you did this on the other side and recreate that in the opposite pattern, going back and forth if you need to. Great work. Now let's come to the wall for a mobility shoulder flow. To start, bring your arms over your head, ball up the wall. Abdominal engagement here to stretch through lats. Secondly, into our pecs, side to side. Focus on your breathing. Focus on core engagement so that you can maximize the stretch and the mobility through each shoulder, through each movement. Paying attention to your body. What does it tell you? And lean into that a bit more. Enjoy your movements and learn something from them as well. Breathing gently and consistently. Now, come down to the floor for some single leg hamstring curls. We're starting off spicy, folks, so get ready. Bring some abdominal tension, coming up into your plank and pulling on a single leg. Make sure to keep your hips high by engaging your working glute. Maintain abdominal tension throughout. You will want to arch into your low back at the top position, so be vigilant. Switching sides. Taking slow, shallow breaths. This will help maintain core engagement. In on the way out and exhale on the way up, coming on to the flat of the bottom of your foot. Now, coming down and switching out onto our front into a plank position on the ball for another zinger of tucks to pikes. Pressing into your palms and out of your shoulders to support yourself. Bring abdominal tension. Up to the pike and knees to chest for the tuck. Press your chest through on the pike towards the ball. And knees up to the chest while not flexing through the spine. Work to your own level of mobility, especially in the pike. Slight bend in the knees if needed. Alright, we're doing great. Now come over onto the ball in a seated position and roll out onto your shoulders for thoracic spine rotations. Nice wide feet here, pressing with your glutes into that bridge position. Looking to focus on thoracic spine rotation from left to right. Feel free to use a weight here in between your hands if you want more of a challenge. But this is challenging enough as it is. Take your time, breathing out on your rotation and in to come back up to center. Alright folks, we're doing great. Let's come up and over to a wall for single leg cuts against the ball on the wall. Sitting the ball into your hip, driving through your foot and rotating slightly into the ball, mimicking a cut you would do in a sport like basketball or tennis. Loading your working hip on the way down, pressing through your heel and midfoot into the outside arch. Rotating gently, using your arm and shoulder to help drive. Switching sides. Mimic the same movement on the opposite side. Sometimes, with these kind of movements, it's helpful to work with your more comfortable leg or side, and then thinking about that in your transition to your weaker or less controlled side. Keep your core engaged here as you drive. You need something to push off of. Breathing in on the way down and exhale on the way up. Great work. Bring that ball down onto the ground for some side bends on the ball. Anchoring your feet into a wall, one in front of the other. Top leg back, bottom leg forward. Keep your bending movements small and controlled. We don't want to encourage large, repetitive bending movements through the spine, especially when loaded. Breathe in as you gently lower yourself, and exhale as you bring yourself to the top position. Now, let's switch sides. Again, anchoring your feet into the corner of the wall and the floor. Hip on the ball, hands at your ears. Small, controlled side bending movements. Try and keep your shoulders and your hips perpendicular to the ground, stacked over top of each other. Breathing in as you lower, and exhale as you raise, taking your time and being thoughtful. Now we're almost there, folks, so hold on to your britches and come down onto your back for some ball passes. Keep your low back pressed into the ground very lightly as you pass the ball from your legs to your hands, keeping core tension through your abdominals to support this position as you load and reach out your levers, front and back. As you reach your arm overhead, keep your shoulders engaged into your core. You're doing great, but if you need more, feel free to rewind this back to the beginning and do it again. Otherwise, dance yourself into the rest of your day.
Thanks for joining our advanced stability ball strength workout. If you enjoyed it, we'd greatly appreciate if you gave this video a thumbs up, and feel free to share with family or friends. Join the Virtue community by subscribing to our channel where we post weekly videos. And if you'd like to work with us in person, we have plenty of virtual training offerings on our website linked in the description below. See you soon.
It's a wrap, folks.
Woo! Oh, I should have done this at the end.
Yeah, no, you still are.
Oh.